Welcome to H2K Infosys. H2K Infosys is a e-verify business based in Atlanta, Georgia, United States. We provide 100% job-oriented, instructor-led, face-to-face, true live online software training programs. It also includes access to cloud test lab with software tools. We provide live project for you to work on. We also provide assistance with mock interviews, resume preparation and review, and job placement assistance. H2K Infosys is trusted by so many students across the world. H2K Infosys provides world-class services in IT training with real-time project work for corporates and individuals, special IT training for MS students in the United States, software design, development, QA manual and automation, performance testing and maintenance, IT staff augmentation, job placement assistance, and tech support.
Probably you guys might heard about the name JUnit. JUnit, which is used for unit testing. It is an open source framework in the sense it was developed by some team and it was available as a jar file for our applications. If you have any suggestions to improve any kind of methods or annotations, you can just update the information on the site or the forums, and they'll be going to consider those details as well. The JUnit Test framework, the current version is JUnit 4, which is entirely based on annotations. In the previous version, you are supposed to use some classes or interfaces, and you need to write your class by extending or implementing the JUnit test cases or interfaces. Nothing but the 3.5 version or 3.5 or below version, it was based on normal implementation. So once we got annotations with JDK5, the JUnit test framework also revised, and they also released JUnit 4 version with annotations. Working with annotations is somewhat easier than extending or implementing any other classes. You're just going to write the annotation detail and no need to write any kind of extends or implements keyword by specifying any kind of class or interface. So the JUnit test framework, which is used for unit testing, in the sense, once you have developed your code, if you want to verify whether the functionality is working properly or not, before handing over to test environment or testing team, you are supposed to make sure that your code is working properly or not. So for that purpose only, normally some kind of projects, they'll use JUnit test framework. Not all projects will incorporate JUnit test framework. Probably they might have a separate testing team available for performing dev or QA testing, and they don't want you waste the time writing the code for JUnit. So if someone expects in the interview, so you just need to tell the information about 2 or 3 classes or annotations that are required for JUnit, and how you are going to write the test case and how you are going to execute the test case by using Eclipse. That's all we need with respect to JUnit framework. Let us take a small example to incorporate JUnit. Let us write a normal application calculation, and here we'll write 4 methods or 3 methods. We'll write addition, subtraction, division. So this is our functionality. In this, you are going to write addition of 2 numbers, subtraction of 2 numbers, division of 2 numbers. So this is your actual class, and once you have written your class, you are going to write public static void main method, and you are going to verify whether it was working, whether the method's functionality is working properly or not. So instead of that, currently we want to use JUnit. Instead of us writing the test case or writing or calling the addition, subtraction, division methods, we are going to use JUnit Test Framework. So let us go and write one simple project. So I'm just creating only one normal Java project, unit testing. With JUnit. So here write one simple class, calculation, com dot, arithmetic dot, ops. So here I'm going to write three methods, public, int addition, int a comma int b, performing addition operation, int c equal to a plus b, return c value. In the same way, write two more methods. So once we have written all our methods, we are going to use JUnit Framework to test all our methods. To write a JUnit test, you are supposed to annotate a method with @test. So you are going to place the JUnit jar file onto the build path. So all the required annotations are available with org.junit.star. Org nothing but organization. So @test indicates to the JUnit that this is a test method, JUnit test method, which needs to be executed by JUnit framework, but not by the main method. To write a JUnit test case, right click here, new. Here you can see that there is an option JUnit test case. Select this one, and here you can see that either you want to go for JUnit 3 test or JUnit 4 test. Currently we want to go for JUnit 4. And class under test. So which class you want to verify, or which class you want to verify the functionality or test. Currently I want to verify this particular class. So browse for that particular class. Calculation, select the correct package and specify your test class as well. com dot arith dot ops dot test package, and this is calculation test. So you are going to write a JUnit test class which will consist of all the test methods. Nothing but for each and every method you are going to verify the functionality. That means for each and every method you should have a test method available in your JUnit test class as well. So click on next, and here you can see that select the test methods. So which methods you want to verify. Why we got the object methods as well? because our class inherits object class and you have the capability of verifying those as well. Currently, I want to verify my addition, subtraction, and division. So these are the three test methods. Click on finish. So it is asking to add the JUnit 4 library to the build path. Eclipse itself will consist of the JUnit library, so it will add automatically. If you have the old Eclipse, then put the required jar file which you have downloaded onto the build path. So now you can see that it has created your JUnit test class. See, this is also just like a normal class, but you can see that each and every method was annotated with @test, which means this is a test method, and it informs to the JUnit it has to be executed by the framework but not by the normal runtime. And there is a default implementation fail, not yet implemented. So you are going to write the test case, test code, how you want to verify. So to verify any kind of method, that will be called as an assertion. Assertion, nothing but you are supposed to assert whether it is true or not. Once you have calculated test addition 30 plus 20, that means 30 plus 20 is 50. So you are going to assert the calculation of addition method. When you pass the numbers 30, 20, it should yield the result as 50. So that's what you are going to assume. If at all, if the value was not returned as 50, then your JUnit will mark the test as fail. See, once you have verified any kind of test case, you have three options. Either it can be success or it can be fail. If some abrupt code, if you have written in the test method, then it will be going to throw an exception. That means it will result as an error. So whenever it has failed, JUnit will throw assertion error. Whenever it has executed properly, it will just show a success case and it won't show any kind of information as well. But when it is an error, it will display the error message, the error stack trace. It will display the entire stack trace. See, normally how we'll verify our addition method by using our main method. We'll create an object for our calculation. We'll create an object calculations calc object equal to new calculations, and once after that we'll call calculate object dot addition of 30, 20. So this is how normally we'll pass the data and we'll verify, we'll take the response and we'll verify whether the response is data equal to 50 or not. If data equal to 50, then we'll display that our addition method is working properly. So instead of you doing all this stuff, verification part, your JUnit test framework will assert. That means we'll verify whether it is returning the success response or not. You are supposed to inform to the JUnit that I want to execute this method and this is the result for that. And the rest of the work will be done by our JUnit itself. So now within our test method, I'm going to remove this one. I'm going to write the actual code. So our addition method, it was supposed to call the add method.
Krish, the name of the class spelling, you have spelled it wrong, so it's giving me an error.
Thanks, Soumya. Calculation, calc obj equal to new calculation. So once after that, call our addition method, and addition method, it will respond back with the value. And once after that, you need to call the assertions method that are available in org.junit.assert class. Assert class consists of so many static methods. That means here you can see that import static we have used. So what are all the static methods or static variables that are available in our assert class? Those are available directly within the methods. So once we have used import static, and we have the capability of using those methods directly. So if you just type a, and if you see a lot of methods assert, you can see that there are a lot of methods available with assert array equals, assert equals, assert false, not null, not same, assert true. These are the methods that will be going to validate your actual result with the expected result. So currently, just make use of assert equals. Here you can see that the assert equals method is an overloaded method. You can use any kind of overloaded method. Currently, I am using this particular one. Message is output value. What is the expected value? Our expected value is 50. And what is the actual value? Our actual value is data. So assert equals, this will be going to assert whether the value of the expected value and the actual value, whether they are equal or not. This method will verify that particular case. And if at all, if it has returned the correct value, then this test will be going to specified as pass, or else this will be going to fail. Now, in the same way, write the code, and here we need to use subtraction. So once we have written all the methods, all the test methods, you can execute this particular class. See, currently you can see that there is no main method available in our calculation test. Then how we can execute this one? Normally, to execute any kind of class, we need either a server runtime or we need to have the main method available. Currently, we don't have the main method here. To execute this one, right click here, run as. Here you can see that you got an option JUnit Test. Currently, I want to execute this as part of JUnit Test, but not as a standalone Java file. So execute this one. So here you can see that there is one another window for JUnit. If you didn't get this one, go to Window, Show View, and select this one. This will show one more window at the lower level. Once you have executed the file, you can see that runs 3/3. That means it has executed 3 methods. Errors 0 and failures 0. And you can see that there is a green symbol which indicates that all your test methods are executed properly. This is your test class. This is your test method, and currently you have 3 test methods. Whenever JUnit is executing the test class or test methods, it will use a class called runner class. Runner class which is used to execute all your test methods. So let us change some value. Let us say currently we are expecting 30. So subtraction value 30 minus 20, it will return as 10, but our actual value, it will be going to, we are expecting the value as 30 only. Let us execute again. Now you can see that the whole test class, it is specifying in the into mark with blue color, and the test addition method, this is successful with green color. Test division, this is also successful, and test subtraction, this got failed. And on the right side you can see that the failure trace, here you can see that whenever an error has occurred or whenever a test case has failed, this will throw, JUnit will throw assertion error. And the reason why we have specified the message here, output value, because you can see the message at this level. Here you can see that output value expected 30, but we have returned the value, we got the actual value as 10. So that means this test got failed. So there is some issue with the code or whatever the value that we are expecting. Let us say in division case, I am passing 30 comma 0. So that means denominator is 0, which means this will throw arithmetic exception. Execute it again.
Krish?
Yep.
30 minus 20 is 10 only, right?
Yeah.
But every time we change the value here, why should we give the result?
Sorry?
So every time we change the parameter value, so
okay,
we ourselves have to make we should know the result and give the value here?
Yeah, once you are executing any test case, that means you should know the result, right? You are writing a test case here, not an actual Java file. Any kind of tester also, once they have verified or once they are executing any test case, they are supposed to know what kind of output they are supposed to get. That's a fundamental, right?
Okay. So this will be done by the testers, not by the developers.
Yeah, correct.
Okay.
So here you can see that when I pass the data as 30/0, if you see here, you can see that the test division method, this is specified in red color. And on the stack trace, you can see that there is an exception, calculate division, and the arithmetic exception /by0. Nothing but divide by 0 error has occurred. If you go to console, perform addition operation, perform subtraction operation, it hasn't displayed anything related to the division operation. Errors 1, failures count 1. So the test subtraction, it got failed, and test division, it has errored out. This is how normally you are going to write the test case and execute the test case by using JUnit Framework. Let us say you have plenty of class files. Currently you have only calculation, that's the only Java file that was available. Let us say you have 10 different classes available and you want to execute all the 10 at a time. So it might not be a possible case to write all the test methods in the same JUnit test class. So what we can do, we can write one more test case. Currently I don't have one more class to verify, so I'm just taking the same class. This time calculation to test. So this time I just have only subtraction and division methods. or else add one more method here itself, public int verify int a comma int b. I'm just checking whether if a equal to b, this will print both the values are equal and return true, else return false. So for calculation 2 test, I will write the test case for that method, public void test verify. See, there is no need for us to write as a separate method. We can write assert true. So now I'm using the condition assert true. So assert true, there is no need to specify the value because it is a Boolean value. What we are expecting, the result of this particular calculation should result as a true value. If at all, if it hasn't returned, then this will be going to throw an exception. So currently you have two test classes now, and you want to execute. If you are supposed to execute, you are supposed to execute as two individual classes. Instead of you doing as two separate test cases, you can write a test suite. Test to suite, nothing but, which is nothing but a collection of test cases. Test case, each and every test case contains set of test methods. So when you have created any test suite by specifying all the test cases, JUnit will execute all the test cases along with all the test methods that are available within each test case. So now let us go and write a test suite. Go to new, other, type JUnit. Here you can see that there is a JUnit test suite. So by default, it has selected two classes because those two are available in the same package. JUnit has the capability of verifying the test cases, and it has already selected two test cases. If you want, you can add some more. It has given some name already, so change this name. Calculation test suite.
Hey, Chris. Chris, you there?
Yeah, go ahead.
How did you came to this? You right click on the package, right?
Yeah, correct.
And then JUnit?
Yeah, type JUnit and it will populate. Right click, new, other, JUnit.
And test suite. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. So select, if at all, if you don't want some of the classes, you can uncheck them as well. Currently, I want to include both the classes, so click on finish. Here, there is no need for us to write any kind of code because every information was available with the annotation itself. So currently, the first annotation run with suite.class. Previously, we have mentioned that whenever we are executing the JUnit, it will use by default the runner class to execute the test case. But when you are using test suite, it was supposed to run with suite.class file only. That's why you need to add this annotation. And the second thing is, currently you have selected two classes during the test suite creation. If you want to add some more test classes, you can just put a comma and add some more. For that, we need to have an annotation called suite classes. Suite classes nothing but what are all the test cases that you want to verify. Currently, I want to verify calculation 2 test and calculations test. So both are 2 test cases which I want to execute.
So many of our students have given testimonials on how our training programs are. You will find them on kudzu.com and on our website h2kinfosys.com. On our website h2kinfosys.com, you will also find more detailed information on who we are, the courses that we offer, what each course covers. Also, if you're interested in a demo program, please register on our homepage on the left-hand side. Just give us more information about yourself and we will send you a link for a demo class. The demo class is absolutely free. Experience our commitment by just attending an orientation workshop at no cost. Our team of faculty and advisors are here to guide you with the right information. If you still have more questions, please feel free to call us. Call us at 770-777-1269. This is a United States number. If you're calling from the UK, call us at 020-337-17615. You can also email us at training@h2kinfosys.com or h2kinfosys@gmail.com. Thank you for watching our videos. We wish you a great career in information technology.